What's up, boys? Dallas again with Chaos Fragrances. Today we're back with another fragrance review. This time we're going to be taking a look at a fragrance from Yves Saint Laurent, and this one is Yves Saint Laurent L'Homme Ultime. Got a sample of it here. I'm going to go ahead and tell you what I think about it, how it performs, how it smells, things like that. So if that sounds interesting to you, let's go and jump into it. So right in the opening, what I get from this is a nice fresh ginger and rose combination. It smells absolutely fantastic right off the opening. There's a little bit of grapefruit as well in the opening, which gives it again a little bit of a citrus pop. But the main notes here is a nice spicy ginger and a nice fresh masculine rose. So I know for a lot of people out there, the note of rose may put you off. And honestly, it put me off for a while. That's why I always kind of lagged on, even trying to smell this, and I definitely wasn't blind buying it. I would see the rose note and I would just instantly turn my nose up at it. Didn't want anything to do with it. Of course, now my tastes have changed where I actually don't mind the note of rose. I actually like it. Don't let that, scare you off too much if you're kind of in that position right now. Just trust me on this one. Definitely get your nose on it because it smells great. Like I said, the rose is fresh, it's masculine. It doesn't smell like, old womany or, really feminine or anything like that. It really adds a lot of character. And overall, it just smells really good in the composition. It's fresh, it's spicy, it's a little bit aromatic as well. There's lavender in there, I believe, which kind of gives it a little bit of an aromatic and slightly powdery smell. It just smells really good. Working into the dry down, I start to pick up on some woods. There's a little bit of a woody note that gives it some depth, gives it some background. Again, adds a little bit more of a masculine touch to it. That rose and that ginger is still prominent from the opening and into the dry down. That's really not going anywhere. That's kind of going to be the main player throughout the whole thing, is the rose and the ginger. And again, for me personally, I really like that. I really like that combination. It smells great. Again, it gives it this nice fresh and spicy masculine scent. I really like this one a whole lot actually, and I wasn't expecting to. Again, like I said, for the longest time the rose put me off, but it's something that pretty much right away I liked it. I thought if anything I wasn't going to like it right away and maybe it would have to grow on me, but I was really expecting to just not be a fan. But like I said, it was pretty much instant love at first sniff. And what I also like about this is the fact that it has like a sporty type of feel. A lot of you are probably familiar with the regular L'Homme. You know how that smells. It's a very gentleman smelling scent. Again, that one has ginger in it as well, but it doesn't really smell sporty. Again, like I said, it is kind of fresh, but it doesn't have a sporty edge to it. This one, on the other hand, L'Homme Ultime, has a very nice, uplifting, sporty, and bright touch to it as well. And again, I really like that a whole lot. It freshens it up, makes it a little bit more wearable in my opinion. It makes it a little bit more versatile. I really like that part about it. Again, it just has this nice sporty touch to it. I wouldn't necessarily wear this to the gym. I know the whole idea of wearing fragrances to the gym is a touchy subject, so to speak, for some people. I personally wouldn't wear this one to the gym. Like I said, it does have a sporty touch, but again, there is that rose. There is a little bit of an aromatic quality. It's a little bit sweet, so I wouldn't necessarily say this would be a good gym scent, but just activities, like if you're outdoors and doing something active and you want something that's kind of sporty and fresh and uplifting, I could see this one working for you, especially in terms of if you had to choose between this and the regular L'Homme for something like that. I would choose this one any day because of that nice sporty and fresh touch that it has. Again, not necessarily saying it would be good for the gym. I don't think it necessarily would. I mean, it might work. I wouldn't do it though. But just in terms of activities, if you're outside doing something active, I think this could work great. So I want to talk about when you can wear this. Before we do, I just want to jump in here and say, if you haven't checked out my full guide to decanting course, definitely go check that out. There's going to be a link in the description. If you head on over to chaosfragrances.com, go to the website, click decanting course. You can check it out there. For those of you who don't know, decanting is a process of selling samples from your own personal bottles in order to take that money and reinvest it back into buying more. That's how I was able to build my collection to where it is today. I've got started out with just a few designers, and I've built it to a pretty like half and half mix of niche and designers, and I'm happy with where it is now. I'm still continuing to build it up through decanting. And again, this is something that I get asked all the time because people see others doing it, they just don't really know how to get into it. And again, I was in that position not too long ago as well. Ended up losing a lot of money, wasted a lot of time because I had no idea what I was doing. So I figured I would put together a course. So I'm not going to waste too much more of your time. There's going to be a link down below. Go check it out if you're kind of interested in that sort of thing. It's on sale right now, giving away everything I know, all my tips and tricks in that course. So if you're kind of interested in that, definitely invest in it because you'll make your money back after you make a sale or two pretty much, and it'd definitely be worth it. So jumping back into the review, when can you wear L'Homme Ultime? Kind of like I've been talking about, like a more casual and sporty version of the regular L'Homme. So I would wear it for situations like that. Spring and summer is when this one's going to shine because it does have that fresh touch to it. You could wear it year round though for sure because it is very versatile. I could easily see this being a signature scent, just like the regular L'Homme. And at least to me, when I think of signature scent, one of the first fragrances that comes to mind in terms of designers for me is the regular L'Homme. And this one could also be a signature scent as well easily. Again, any time of the year you could wear it. Again, more suited for spring and summer because of that freshness that it has, but it's going to work whenever. In terms of situations, like I said, same thing. You can pretty much wear this whenever you want. I think it would be a nice, fresh, sporty scent. I think it would be a great office scent. Maybe not the best date scent, but of course it could work. I would probably choose La Nuit de L'Homme over that, but it still could work. Basically what I'm saying here is easily could be a good signature scent. If you like the scent, you can rock this whenever you want. So now let's go and talk about performance on this one. How does this perform? It does okay on my skin. Longevity wise, I'm getting anywhere from around 7 to 8 hours, and that's really solid. That's really good for a fragrance, especially designer fragrances. A lot of reformulations that happen where they get watered down or whatever the case may be, not always the best performing out there. But like I said, with this one here, it does pretty good on my skin, 7 to 8 hours regularly, and that's definitely solid. Projection on the other hand, not quite as good. It's not awful. It definitely sits closer to the skin than it does project, and I'm okay with that. With a scent like this, I'm not expecting it to be a beast. That type of performance wouldn't fit a scent like this in my opinion. This does sit a little bit closer to the skin, so again, that's fine by me. When I'm generally looking for a scent, I'm going to favor longevity over projection. So in this case, the longevity is very good. Like I said, 7 to 8 hours, that's perfect for me. That's really about all I need, 7 to 8 hours. And again, projection does sit a little bit closer to the skin. Do I wish it projected a little bit more? Yeah, of course I do, but I'm okay with it as well. It does leave a nice scent trail, so when you're walking through a room, it's going to leave a nice lingering trail. And then of course, if you wanted to project a little bit more, you can just go with a few extra sprays in which you may do normally for scents that are stronger, and it's going to push out a little bit more. So overall performance, I'm cool with it. I think it's great overall. It's solid. Like I said, the longevity, 7 to 8 hours, that's really solid for a designer in my opinion, and it does great there. So overall, really don't have any complaints. So is this one going to be a compliment getter for you? The answer is absolutely. This one will pull you good compliments. Again, it's fresh, got this nice, slightly spicy and fresh, sporty type of feel to it. That type of scent is always going to do really well in terms of compliments. Again, like I said, the performance is good enough to where it's going to have people notice you. The longevity is going to get you through the day. Projection, like I said, that may be a little bit of a limiting factor. If it's not projecting out as much to where people can smell it, then that's obviously going to limit the amount of compliments that you get compared to something that pushes out like crazy. But if you work in an environment where you're maybe getting closer to people, or again, if you're going with a couple extra sprays than normal, then it'll definitely do good enough for you where you're going to get some positive feedback with this. I will say also that this one seems to be overshadowed compared to the regular L'Homme, compared to La Nuit de L'Homme especially. So what I'm trying to get at here is you probably aren't going to smell this on very many people. So if you're in a big city, a lot of people are probably going to be wearing La Nuit de L'Homme because it is very popular. You might be smelling quite a few guys wearing the regular L'Homme. I really don't think you're going to be smelling that many people wearing L'Homme Ultime. This one just doesn't have the marketing behind it like La Nuit does, and even like the original does. Those have gotten a ton of hype and pretty much everyone knows them. This one is more of a frag heads fragrance, at least in my opinion. You really only hear the collectors and the people who are into the hobby talking about this one, whereas with La Nuit, with the regular L'Homme, you hear just about anyone talk about those. Not that that's a bad thing. Those are still two fantastic scents. I own them both. I love them both. But to make a full circle back to the point I was trying to make, this is going to have a little bit more of a uniqueness factor compared to some of the other ones from Yves Saint Laurent, the L'Homme and La Nuit L'Hommes and whatever. So that'll work in your favor in that case when it comes to getting compliments, because not everyone has smelled that before, and they're probably going to be more compelled to say something about it. So guys, I think that about wraps it up. That is my review on Yves Saint Laurent L'Homme Ultime. Like I said, I'm really impressed with this one. I've actually smelled this a while ago. I just found the sample sitting over there, and I figured why not get out a review on it because I really enjoy the scent. So like I said, really impressed me. And again, this is another one of those ones where going off the notes at first before I had smelled it, I didn't think I was going to like it at all. So I put it off for a while. Once I actually got my nose on it, it ended up being one that I really liked pretty much instantly. So again, that's what I always try to say and tell you guys, make sure you're out there and you're trying stuff and you're sampling stuff. Even if you think the notes aren't going to appeal to you, I still recommend trying it if you're hearing a lot of positive things about it. And of course, if you're not a fan of it, that's fine too. Everyone has their own opinion. I'm just saying for me though, I'm glad I ended up getting my nose on it because it's really enjoyable. And this is one that I may potentially pick up a full bottle of in the future. So that's gonna do it for this one, guys. If you enjoyed that review, let me know what you think of it down below. Let me know what you think of L'Homme Ultime if you've tried it, and tell me what your favorites are in terms of the L'Homme and La Nuit de L'Homme flankers, because I'd be curious to know what you guys have to think about that. And that's going to do it, guys. Hope you enjoyed this video. Again, don't forget to check out the decanting course, chaosfragrances.com. That'll help out me, it'll help out the channel, and it'll help you out as well. And that's going to do it, guys. I will see you in the next one. Peace out.